Allegiance is actually derived from the synonym of loyalty. I wanted to be this organization that was committed to players, treated players differently than any other organization that was around at the time. Shortly after we started falling, we weren't the brand Allegiance that we thought we had created. And now we want to have that second chance to come back and be stronger than we were even at the start.
Coming back from a 2-0 deficit there. That's the most explosive we've seen a team all weekend.
I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I've been there my whole life. In fact, when I moved to Frisco, that was my first time ever leaving Missouri. I graduated from the University of Missouri in Columbia with a finance degree. That's actually where I started Allegiance. I did it in college, started it when I was a junior, and I actually started it with a couple friends. We did it to really make a difference in esports and really work with players that we had become friends with while we were players and competing. And we really wanted to make this unique brand that would stand out and have dominance over time. We started in 2015. The first team that we had signed was a Halo team. That Halo team ended up being what really had us break through esports and put us on the map. In 2017, we were 2 years into Allegiance, and we were at a point in the organization's lifetime to where we weren't at a stage to where we could really push esports and become a larger organization and maybe even become a tier 1 group. When I realized that we couldn't become this dominant organization any longer, and we couldn't get into games like League of Legends, Overwatch, and so on, we figured it might be time just to kind of close down the doors and move on from the organization. I ended up getting a phone call from the group Infinite Esports and Entertainment, who had proposed and had the discussion with me on how can we continue our journey as an organization and keep it moving forward. When I got that call, it was like the best moment because I had already come to this like mode of, all right, I gotta find what my next step in life is. And having that proposition and chance to prove ourselves again was an amazing moment for me, for my staff, and for the players.
My name's John Willis. I am 21 years old. I am the manager and coach for the Allegiance Rocket League roster, and I am born and raised in the Virgin Islands. I think it's been really cool transitioning into a coach position. I've always kind of really wanted to grind the game out, get good at it, you know, be a force to be reckoned with in the game, have people be scared to match up against me. But now that I'm sitting behind these guys that I'm scared to match up against, it's really cool being able to point out their issues, their mistakes, and just making them better overall. I know Allegiance isn't the biggest name in esports right now, but I think with this Rocket League roster, we're definitely going to be a team to be afraid of. Hopefully we make RLCS, and once we get into RLCS, we've been knocking some of the big names down, and so Allegiance is definitely going to be a name to keep track of.
Hey.
Hey guys.
What's up, C-Pass?
Now we gotta get out. 12:40, but yours said 11:40, so I don't know. I don't know if he'll be here soon or what. But we're just gonna go kill time in Dallas, I guess.
My name is Sebastian Becerra. I'm 17 and I'm from California. As a kid, I played basic Nintendo games like Mario Kart and Smash Bros. I kind of stopped because I started playing soccer. Things went downhill when I got injured and I started to play video games on the PlayStation. And the way I found Rocket League was I knew about it when it came out, but I never really looked into it, so I didn't know what it was until I watched a video of Kronovi playing it.
The thing right there, everybody. The thing, man. Look at that shot coming out from Kronovi.
And right away I just got hooked. Moving here, I'm still finishing school, but I'm taking it online now. The way my parents view this, they were skeptical at first just because like it's gaming, so they didn't really understand. And it's not until my dad took the courage to move down here with me and he finally realized like how big this actually is. So he fully respects it and gives me my space to do what I want to do. Me and John were just waiting until 11:40 hit because that's when Ty was gonna come in. So we were going to the airport, and when we went to go pick him up, I just felt so awkward because meeting him for the first time, it was me meeting new people is just really awkward for me because I don't really socialize. And I remember when we were in the car, the first thing we did, we just did a handshake, and it was like we just stayed quiet the whole time. So then an hour later, we went to go pick up Lucian. Again, it was awkward.
Buddy? Oh my God, so sick.
I've been on a team with Seabass for over a year now and Ty for like 10 months. So meeting them for the first time was really fun. It was just like hanging out with friends because I know them so well. I've been spending so much time with them. I guess I've always been a really competitive person. I didn't really try to go pro at first. I got up to like grand champ level really fast. So when I got there, I said, why not? Let's just give it a try. So when we made our LCS, we spoke to a few other orgs, and all the other orgs really seemed like they're trying to profit off of us, and we didn't feel part of the team. We just kind of felt like their product or whatever. But when Connor came to speak to us, he sounded like he really wanted to work with us and help us like grow as players, as streamers, as people. And I think that was one of the main factors that made us choose Allegiance.
I'm gonna get him.
They look rigid.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. I'll go. I'm cheating.
Back left. I got.
Yeah.
I'll follow.
Let's go.
Backward, down.
I'll keep shooting.
Or read.
Yes.
I'll push. Oh, he's got a big thing.
I got demoed.
Good job.
Nice ball.
So that game, they just started slowing down, giving you guys space. Just take it. You guys are the better players.
I'm gonna go change my car.
To me?
That's how I could do.
I bump back. Back's all the way gone.
I have no boost. I'm all the way back.
Let's try to take their corner.
Pressure
Yeah.
them.
You go, you go.
I'm going.
Yeah. Good.
Aim.
Just keep it up. Just keep it up.
Go.
So I was never really huge into esports. I never found myself like watching, like maybe I would watch on Twitch like League of Legends World Championships and stuff, but I always usually played games for fun. But back in season 4, I believe, when my team qualified for RLCS, it was kind of just sprung on us. So that's when I started getting into it and watching more Rocket League professionally and stuff. So I met Seabass and Aleutian. We were just all friends together. We would play community tournaments together, and we just decided that we would team. Before that, I was never really into playing in RLCS or anything, so it was, like I said, mainly just community tournaments. But the first one we played together was the one in season 4, and we ended up qualifying for it. So my family's always been super supportive of what I've done in my life. At first, they didn't really understand like the scale of Rocket League and what we were doing, but now that they get it, I get texts from my parents all the time that they saw our game on stream. When we win, they're there to congratulate me. When we lose, they're there to kind of console me in a way. So just having the support of them is just amazing. It's honestly a dream, just waking up every day, knowing that this is my life now, and going to the office, meeting all these super cool people at Allegiance. Like, there hasn't been one person where I haven't been like, they're okay. Everybody's super nice, super friendly, and just the system works perfectly there.
Good job, boys. GG's. Oh, that was stressful.
You guys had to worry about home cover. Good stuff.
Good stuff, boys. That was my first game of Rocket League I ever watched. Way to start.
Good stuff.
We have been the underdog since we started, and we want to finally become that brand that is recognized and can be a dominant team in every single title that we have joined. It drives the team behind the brand to make us a name for ourselves. And we don't just do it for ourselves, but we do it for our players, we do it for the fans, we do it for them to like follow and to become in love with what we have accomplished as an unknown.
Myself personally, I never thought it would happen to me. It was kind of just always a thing where everybody's like, that's my dream to become a professional player in this game, but it'll never happen to me. But that's the thing though, it does happen if you put in the work and the time and the effort. Keep grinding, keep practicing, and eventually you'll get there.
This was around junior year of high school. I had a lot of trouble with my mental health, and it was really hard for me to sleep, and it was really hard for me to eat. I just couldn't really think, and I literally just put everyone aside, and I wanted to be by myself. And then playing Rocket League, it just made me forget about everything, and it allowed me to be myself for once in my life, and it made me happy. And that's what pushed me to keep playing more and more, and it got me to this point. If this is something you really, really want to do, don't doubt yourself at any time, because if you do, you're setting up to fail. And that's really all I can say about that.
Cool. Yeah.